Hello sewing friends! Today we're going to be making another project for Christmas in July, and I'm going to be working on this sweet advent calendar. This one here is fantastic because it is a panel. It has instructions printed right on the panel, and it's a very simple fold and stitch technique. So you can have this done up in just a matter of a few hours. It finishes up at about 22 inches square, and like I said, it's quick and easy to do. So let's get started. First and foremost, we're going to give the panel a spritz with Best Press and give it a nice pressing before we start cutting. Now we're going to cut out the advent calendar. And on the instructions on the panel, it says to cut along the edges of the print. I decided to add about 1/4 inch. That way I'm not losing any of the actual panel in my seam allowances. So again, I chose to add about 1/4 inch around and cut out all the way around. And then again, there's our little instructions, and save those so you can follow them as you're finishing your panel. Now I'm going to create the pockets by folding the panel along the lines that are marked fold, and then I ironed them down so they would stay in place, and then placed a pin on each individual square. I'm pinning right in the center of the square so that as I'm stitching up and down the lines, I won't go over the pins. And again, I'm using heat resistant pins so that I can actually iron over the panel again once I have everything pinned down. Now I'm going to cut a piece of batting and a piece of backing fabric about 4 inches larger than our calendar piece. I'm going to lay down the calendar right side down, spray with some 505 basting spray, lay the piece of batting on top, smooth it out, then spray with some 505 again, and lay down our backing piece on top and smooth it out, and then give everything a nice press. Now we're going to quilt through all 3 layers of the calendar. I'm going to quilt the vertical bands and then the horizontal bands, and quilt along the top part of the calendar. Quilt as desired. I used my famous wavy stitch on my machine because it's very forgiving. The only thing you do need to remember is do not quilt over the pockets, and do not quilt the opening of the pocket. Otherwise you won't be able to get your treats in there. Now that we've finished quilting our advent calendar, I'm going to trim the batting so that it is even with the top of our advent calendar. Again, you can see here I'm pulling the backing fabric out of the way so I don't trim through it. I only want to trim the batting even with the top. And repeat with all 4 sides. Now I'm going to trim my backing fabric 1 inch from the top fabric. Now that inch will give me enough to do a wraparound binding. Now I'm going to take the backing fabric and fold it over so that the edge of the backing fabric and the top meet, and press it into place. And now I will fold the backing piece again so that it comes over the top of our calendar, forming a binding. Repeat with all 4 sides, and secure the binding with heat-resistant pins to hold into place. Now top stitch with your sewing machine around all 4 edges of your binding. And there you have it. Your Christmas Advent calendar is done and ready to hang up on the wall. Click the link in the description box below to grab one of these Advent calendar panels. They're on sale for our Christmas in July sale, and quantity is limited. This project was so quick and easy. I am definitely going to be making up a few more of these to give away as gifts for Christmas. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy this project? Are you going to make one or maybe more? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. My next video for Christmas in July is going to be a stash buster project. So if you're interested in using up some of your Christmas scraps, be sure to hit subscribe and keep an eye out for my next video. Thanks so much. Take care.